Orasyo Imperata laban sa mga bagyo asin iba pang mga kalamidad. Amang makakamhan, iniitaas mi ang samong mga puso sa pagpasalamat huli kan mga ngangalasan kan sa imong linalang. Huli kan sa imong pangataman sa pagtao mo kan sa mong mga pangangaipo digdi sa daga, asin huli kan sa imong kadunungan na nag-aantabay kan lakaw kam bilog na kinaban. Inaako mi na nagkasala kami sa imo asin sa kapalibutan. Day kami naging marhay na paraataman kan sa imong linalang. Day mi nasabutan asin nautob ang sa imong kabutan na tamanon ang kinaban. Ang kapalibutan nagsasakit huli kan sa mong mga salanggibo, asingunyan namamatean mina ang padusang balik kan sa mong pag-abuso asing kapabayaan. Padagos ang labi-labing pag-init kang kinaban. Huli ka ini, naglalawig ang tig-initan, nagdadakol asin nagkukusog ang mga bagyo, uran, baha, pagtuga kang bulkan, asin iba pang mga natural na kalamidad. Dai kaming mabibirikan kundi ka, mamumuto nama. Sa imo kami minahagad, ning kapatawaran kan samong mga kasalan. Ilikay mo kami, ang samong mga namumutan, asin mga pagrugaring, sa peligro nin mga kalamidad, natural man o kagibuhan nin tao. Antabayan mo kaming magtalubo na maging mga responsabling paraataman kan sa imong linalang, asin mga matinabang na parasurog kang kapwang nangangaipo. Huli ki Kristo sa mong kagurangan. Nuestra Señora de Salvación, ipamibi mo kami. Nuestra Señora de Salvación, ipamibi mo kami. Nuestra Señora de Salvación, danay na ipamibi mo kami.
Patuloy ang pagbibigay serbisyo para sa mga kapitbahay. Maghahatid ng mga mainit na balita at informasyon. Mga detalyeng program para sa inyo lahat. Ito po ang iyong ang iyong kapitbahay.
Makikwentuhan kay Anessa Pano. Kanyang programang Chit Chat with Anessa. Chit Chat with Anessa. Dito lang sa Mayon Internet TV. Ang kapitbahay nyo. Chit Chat with Anessa.
Good morning, good morning, good morning mga kapitbahay. It's a gloomy Monday. But it's January 23rd, 2023. O, diba? It's 23, 23. Yeah, 1:23:23. So, how are you? Kumusta naman po tayo? And how was your weekend? So, ang dami nating ang daming mga nangyari last weekend, and I saw it and I read it sa aming mga group chat. But anyway, I just leave it up everything to aming mga number one mga komentarista, mga 'di ba? Sa atin lang. And say hello sa aking mga early viewers, of course, and say hello to Vanessa Diaz, and of course, I love you, Tony. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching me over the how many miles away apart, but you manage. And thank you for up until now. You're wake up, no? You're not yet in bed to. But anyway, thank you for that. And my heart is full. So, of course, we tackle about this past consecutive episode of Chit Chat with Anessa. Of course, we tackle about what's good and what's best for us in the new year. What's how we'll be able to manage, eliminating those people that are not worthy with our not worthy around with us, because they will serve as an hindrance to all our the we can be able to. I believe that everybody is really are on their way to being making themselves successful. But however, we try to what eliminate those who are toxic, negative people. So right now, how will we be able to do that if we don't have, or we doesn't know how to meet our deadlines, and even in school we have deadlines, in the office. Of course, we also make our own deadlines, 'di ba, sa mga sarili natin. Am I right? Kuya Roms de Ocampo, shout out, of course, greetings from Batangas City. Thank you, Roms de Ocampo and Jen and the rest of my NU Skin family for watching me all throughout Batangas City. Thank you. So this Monday, we will be discussing about yung mga yung mga tips that will help us to meet our next deadline, 'di ba? Ganun tayo. If we pursue something, kailangan we knows how to meet our deadlines. In that way, natututo tayo. We excel so much if we tend to meet our deadlines. Whether we are working full time in an office, or we are freelance, much more with the freelance freelance worker. I know that mas nasa-challenge nyo yung mga sarili nyo on how to meet your deadlines, those who are freelance, no? Because freelance at home, individuals deal with deadlines regularly. Syempre, meron tayong mga ganun. And of course, ang mga deadlines naman are very, very necessary. There are very necessary to, it's a necessary tool actually to ensure project tasks finish on time, and of course work continues smoothly pag mga ganon, knowing the methods of course used to meet the deadlines. So yun po, wag po yung yung mga aking mga lovable viewers, mamaya po mag-greet ako. Thank you. And so we will discuss this Monday, here in Chit Chat, yung why meeting deadlines is really important. And of course, I will help you, in my own research, I will help you to meet your next deadline. Alam nyo naman yan, di ba? From the word deadline. What is a deadline? A deadline is a date and time. That is a date and time by which a project or a part of one is due. 'Di ba? Madami tayong mga deadline. Yeah. Deadline, mga due dates yan. Kahit nga ang ating mga binabayaran. Di ba? Our bills have deadlines. And, di ba? Assigned at the outset of your project. That's a deadline. The deadline is what? The latest possible time by which either your manager, or client expects the work from you or to deliver or to be completed. So that's the deadline. And that's the time that you must what? Return to them. Yan po, no? And of course, meeting a deadline means what? Finishing and submitting your work by before the time and date that your manager, supervisor assigns you. 'Di ba? Ganun naman talaga 'yon. 'Di ba? Kailangan. And meron dito mga related topics. Of course, ano ba yung mga related topics when it comes to meeting the deadlines? It's handling and avoiding deadline stress at work. Yun po. That is why we need to learn from this so that we must be able to overcome, and avoid this yung mga deadline stress na sinasabi. Lalong-lalo na sa mga work natin. Yan. So, why is it important? Why is it important to meet deadlines? 'Di ba? Each of us, we have to meet our deadlines on a weekly basis, even in a daily basis, no? And much more by the end of the month or before end of the month, we should have what? We should have finished or are able to meet our deadlines. When given a deadline, remember that when we are given a deadline, it's our responsibility. It's our responsibility to complete the assigned job. Yan. The assigned job to you by the time designated by either your superior or your client. Yun po ang pakatandaan natin, no? We will not be able to be successful if we have yung mga ang hirap ng mga backlogs. So, and in fact, they chose this deadline based on the specific objectives. 'Di ba? Sa office naman, like in our office. In fact, they're given, our managers, our immediate superiors, are given us ample time to be able to deliver our deadlines. So, that is why they're given also the specific objectives, of the project at hand. So, meeting it is important. Meeting is important for the achievement, of course. For the achievement of yung mga lahat, all of our goals. No? And, syempre, we all have the reasons why meeting our deadlines is really, really important. We need to know about this. It's because we need to be reminded of this one. Lalong-lalo na it's just the beginning of the year. It's really good to fill in our mind and our heart all the very important matters that will help us to become what? Successful and reach our goals. Diba? As you can see, if you review all my episode this past few days, and past weeks, it is really included, included or aligned. The topic are aligned. For us, I want you all, me and my viewers, to learn. So, why is it important? So, mamaya-maya po ako magigita. Thank you for those who are watching. So, yan. Why is it important that we should meet our deadlines? Unang-una, ensuring that our work is finished. Ensuring that you finish your work. So, yan po, And most projects talaga really require completing multiple tasks, And hindi po biro yon. And of course, setting a deadline is a way to make sure that we complete each objective, before moving on to the future steps. That is why it's really important that we finish, and even though, doing it once at a time. One step at a time is really, really good. So, of course, what's next? The deadline is really, really important, mainly because to ensure that we will be able to finish our work and, of course, following the timeline of the project. Lalong-lalo na sa mga big companies, di ba? Your bosses are setting up your deadline because your company has a deadline sa mga clients. Especially those who have clients talagang mga mabusisi din, clients from abroad. They're also very, very keen when it comes to delivering the finished project. So, yun. So, following the timeline of the project is very important. So, your project managers, di ba? That is why we do have project managers. Siguro naman mostly tayo, nakatry tayo ng mga working in the corporate world, di ba? And, of course, your project managers and clients have a specific timeline, no? Have a specific timeline they're also following. Syempre, setting deadlines allow them to monitor yung mga completed tasks and keep kung nagpo-progress po tayo on an everyday basis, if we have if we are productive, if we keep progress on track for completion before the decided upon time. So yun po. Sorry. Medyo setting clear goals. Hindi po ako hindi po ako nabahing. Promise. Hindi, I just So, yun. Meron na tayong dalawa, ha? You need to take this or jot this down. So, ensuring you finish your work and, of course, following the timeline of the project. And, of course, palagi, 'di ba, pag nagtatrabaho tayo, we always have that setting clear goals. Palagi po 'yan. That is a must, Deadlines are the result of breaking down a larger project into smaller. So, yun, specific objectives na sinasabi. So, syempre, by setting a deadline, those in charge of that project, ano bang nangyayari? Syempre, define each step necessary to accomplish their goals. Palagi pong ganyan. Kaya nga, 'di ba, kahit in building a big corporate, 'di ba, yung mga like building, mga tower, very specific lahat yung nag-work dyan. May in charge, no? Kasi kailangan matapos on a designated time na binibigay din sa kanila ng kanilang mga kliyente. Like architects and I believe anything naman, whether we are in corporate world, we are in the military, we are in the PNP, and anything, kahit nga dito sa amin, may mga deadlines kami. 'Di ba? Deadlines ng mga bayaran. Yan. So, Diyos ko, mga kliyente, magbayad na kayo. Preventing a backlog, of work. So, yun po. That is why meeting the deadline is a must and really, really important because we are trying to prevent yung mga backlog. Kasi, pag nag-file up na yan, mas mahihirapan na tayo to finish that on time. So, setting a deadline and sticking to it, sticking to it allows. Hi, boss! Am I sexy today? I'm just, na-miss ko lang po yung boss ko. So, setting a deadline and sticking to it, allows for the completion of tasks. Allows for the completion of tasks one by one. So that each task can receive the focus that it needs, no? So, ganun lang po yun. And, yan po we need to instill that in our mind, no? In fact, ito yung pinaka very basic siguro na kailangan nating matutunan when it comes to meeting the deadlines. para we will be able to prevent, no, the backlog of work, 'di ba? Discovering issues early. Ang maganda naman if we were able to taking our work one step at a time in order for us to check what's going on. Syempre, kung may mga issues earlier doon sa mga previous na nagawa na and ginagawa, at least na tatakal, and working towards the deadlines helps you find what yung mga potential issues that can arise, no, and solve them before they become a problem. Ganun naman tayo. 'Di ba? Kasi wala naman wala po sa atin na nakikipag lokohan when it comes to mga projects, 'di ba? And this one. So, discovering issues earlier is very very important as well bago pa maging problema, 'di ba? Kaya nga we are discussing yung mga why is it that deadlines are important, no? And so yun po ang reasons behind why the deadlines are important, and I'll be giving you kung paano nyo naman yung mga tips, no, on how to have to be able to meet our deadlines, no. And every project given, a deadline requires, no, its own processes for accomplishing it. But there are common methods, no? There are common methods that you and us can keep yourself on track. So, unang-una, kailangan nyo po maintindihan, you need to understand what you are doing. You need to understand what are your goals, no? Para at least alam nyo yung how to be able to meet a certain deadline. Diba? There are two components. Always remember that there are two components and meeting a deadline. One, the first is completing your work. Syempre, completing your work on time, completing our work on time, and second is completing it the correct way. The correct way po, yung hindi po tayo, ibig sabihin, basta ka lang mag-submit dyan ng completion na hindi mo dinouble check, you didn't try to, alam mo yun, to review, para at least alam mo na the one that you will be submitting on a deadline is the one that they are expecting your superiors to be delivered, no? So, to ensure, diba? To ensure what you're turning is what the client wants. Kailangan po ganon. And of course, understand the very specific, no? The very, hi, we have visitors pala. To understand also that we have a very, yung mga specific goals that we're trying to achieve. Are they the OJTs? Okay, say hello to our on-the-job training from Bicol University. They're here already. So that's it, no? So we should, and meeting our deadlines, we should always understand our goals. And of course, the two components that we must observe and we need to follow is what? Completing your work on time. And of course, second, it's what? Completing it the correct way. Ganun po ang kailangan. And of course, be clear. You should be always clear what your project manager or client expects of you. No? Yung what they really expects from you. Of course, ask questions until you understand. Sabi ko nga, di ba? There's no harm in asking question. This is your way, our way, to be able to what? Deliver the perfect project, the perfect whatever it is that our clients want us to do, you know? So we should always understand the specific instructions coming from the clients, from the, from the managers of what, kung ano po yung hinihingi nila of what they are asking from us. 'Di ba? Siyempre palagi dyan in meeting our deadlines, in doing our work, we should always cultivate a positive attitude. Positive attitude is a must. You know, the attitude you bring with you sets the tone. Sets the tone of your working environment. Always remember. So make it always make it a positive one. Embrace the deadline. Of course, embrace the deadline as a challenge for you to meet as you can further further hone your skills and grow into a better asset for your company. So yun po ang, viewing things positively creates motivation to help you keep working and meet your goals. So, in order for you to be able to maintain this positive attitude, you can do research, read yung mga effective ways to keep a positive attitude towards work, and yun po ang maganda. And syempre, in meeting our deadlines, kailangan meron kang mga checklist dyan. Kung one at a time, 'di ba, on an everyday basis, kailangan at least nare-review natin kung ano lahat yung mga nagagawa natin. And of course, create a checklist of all the steps you can take to complete, your project. So, like si Nikki, she's making her project at school. So, mga tipong ganon, Always ask for do a checklist to be able for you to check if you were able to complete a certain task on a daily basis. Ganun po yun. And of course, be specific and note that the function of each task on your list. No, so this keeps you aware of how exactly. Okay, I have a parcel from. So this keeps you aware of exactly what you're trying to accomplish at all times. Yun po yun. And refer to your checklist often. And syempre, andyan yung check off the steps, di ba? Check off the steps you've successfully completed to track your progress. Kailangan po yan. So, and syempre, maganda naman that we are growing. Seeing you grow nearer to your goals, to our goals, 'di ba? Is another way to keep us motivated, to keep our motivation while you're completing your work. Yan. So, yan po, no? It's a time check. It's 9:33. Nikki? So, we're set for a commercial. So, magbabalik po. Okay. Diretso ko na. Okay. So, yan, no? So, I will... my God, no commercial. So, pang-apat, budget your time. Sabi kasi sa akin ng aming admin manager that I will just push through with the topics and don't. So anyway, budget our time. Kailangan din yan, budgeting our time to make sure that we will be able to finish our project before deadline. So dapat marunong talaga tayo mag-budget ng ating time, It's helpful also to make a plan. So napakaganda din yan na we make a plan, This information keeps us aware of what's left to do, and how long you need to do it, and when you need it done. So yan po, 'di ba? And stick to your we should always stick to our schedule to keep your progress consistent. Maging consistent tayo sa ating progress, 'di ba? And make adjustment to our plan all throughout the project to ensure it remains accurate. Like, of course, sa isang plan, you always identify what? These 3 steps. Specific tasks to complete, syempre, andyan yung estimate mo dapat how long. You should estimate how long each task may take. And lastly, of course, kailangan timelines of each of those tasks. So yun po, part po yan ng pagbabudget ng oras natin. 'Di ba? Kahit on a daily basis, 'di ba? Pag binibudget, kasi minsan may meron tayong mga 3 oras, 3 beses na meeting, 3 meetups in a day. So kailangan we should know how to budget our time. So more so if we are handling mga projects, no? So kailangan 'yan. And of course, kung naghihirapan kayo on how to manage your time, 'di ba? Maging ano naman kayo, resourceful enough to make a research. There are those yung mga tips on how to manage your time better. So, basahin niyo 'yon. And of course, yung mga dapat matuto tayong mag-predict sa mga potential setbacks, 'di ba? Kasi hindi naman agad-agad na perfect natin yung mga trabaho natin. Kaya nga, 'di ba, dapat nire-review natin on a daily basis. So, use your experience to predict the typical problems we or you might encounter on a project. So, yun po ang napaka-importante. 'Di ba? Ano bang piniprevent? This prevents us or you from what? Yung being surprised. Being surprised by potential setbacks. Ito po yung inaano. And it's also, let us prepare solution, no, before problems may occur. And so your work can continue hindered. So, 'di ba? So, yun po ang importante doon. We have a lot of visitors in the station. Kaya medyo nadidistract ako sa labas. Alam mo naman to, we have glass ano. So you will see. Anyway, so yun, no, yung mga dapat we should know how to predict mga potential setbacks. Of course, next is give yourself earlier deadlines. 'Di ba? Kailangan dapat we must give ourselves an earlier deadline prior doon sa binibigay sa inyo ng inyong mga boss na deadline. 'Di ba? Ganon din ba kayo? So mag-greet muna ako. Say hello to Miss Vanessa Diaz. Thank you for watching. And of course, Rams Del Campo. Shout out, greetings from Batangas City. Say hello. And Ma'am Elena Valenzuela, thank you for always watching. And of course, sharing our dito sa Mayon Internet TV, yung aming mga programa. Thank you for sharing our program. And of course, the very pretty Ate Babes Arancilio. Thank you yung bag ko. Ate Babes Arancilio, of course, from San Roque. And Sir Yel, friends, thank you. Good morning, sir. And say hello to the Civil Military Operations Group of Philippine Navy. Yan, thank you. And of course, speaking of CMOG, say hello to my Sir Nick Nicolas, all the way from the head office. Yan, and again, say hello to Sir Yel friends. Thank you for watching. And I'll check on the other. You can subscribe po our YouTube. You can like and subscribe our YouTube channel. It's Mayon Internet TV, and check out all our programs. And syempre, uunahin nyo yung Chit Chat with Anessa. Yan. Anyway, so sabi ko nga, 'di ba? In order for us to be able to meet our deadlines, one of the tips are what? Give ourselves an earlier deadline. So, ano bang ibig sabihin nito? This is a good way of ensuring that you can meet your deadline or finishing it early. Pick a time shortly before you assign deadline and set that as your new goal. 'Di ba? So, Building in extra time helps you finish early and gives you a chance to review your work. So, 'di ba? Yun po maganda na nare-review natin yung mga trabaho natin. You will be able to review your work for accuracy before we notify our supervisors, our managers, or client. 'Di ba? That you, what? Tapos na po. Finish na yung trabaho. Yan. And syempre, napaka-importante din na we should always gather our goals. Before you start, no, make sure you have the things you need to complete your work. Knowing what you have and how to access it. 'Di ba? Kailangan talagang it gives you the confidence. Pag ikaw yung nagtatrabaho, if you're the one working for it, you should have the confidence that you are ready to move forward. And it also saves what? Saves you time later by having everything you need right at your fingertips, no? And make sure you have your tools ready. You have your tools ready, such as computer programs and apps. 'Di ba? Yung mga relevant data na kailangan natin, the relevant data. Always make sure that ngayon naman kahit we have projects outside, we always need yung mga ganito, 'di ba? This is in the world of digitalization. In fact, minsan ginagawa natin yung ating mga 'di ba outlines through mga computer works. So kailangan dapat you check on yung mga wifi natin, 'di ba? Kasali din 'yan. Mga wifi passwords and all, and of course access to your colleagues, 'di ba? And yung mga client email addresses. Napaka-importante po yan. Kasi, dun ka po, you need also to feed them or update them yung mga na finish, di ba? Parang feeding the snippets of your work, no? It doesn't mean na kailangan mag-feed ka kung or magsasalita ka or you're just going to give your reports if the work is done. Of course not. It's the right to know. It's your client's right to know yung mga working progress. That is why you need to update them. It's really all up to you. Maybe it's on a daily basis or on a weekly basis, 'di ba? And syempre, once the task is given to you, start as soon as possible. No? The best way to meet the deadline is to start as soon as you can. So, ganun naman to. When you finish your preparations, you can start your work. So, ganun naman yan. And once you start, the more likely, you keep it going, syempre. Kasi, and make your first task the first draft. To what? Para it doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be perfect, Kasi you're working your way through it naman eh. So, ang importante nga, na-check lang natin. And if you budget yung mga sinasabing extra time for yourself, you can always come back later to improve it. Ganun naman yun. So, yun po, 'di ba? And syempre, you can always ask paano ba to create a sense of urgency without causing stress. So, mga ganon. So, meron din tayong mga, side questions about it like it. And dapat, kailangan po natin, we should know how to play yung mga strength first natin. So, yan po ang ating mga, kailangan po natin yan, no? Select the task from your checklist that you can do quickly. Yung mga quick and easy based on our strength. Hindi naman, it doesn't mean na, yung strength naman natin na it doesn't perfectly said naman na kailangan strength in the physical. No, of course, it really matters. Pero strength in what? In all aspects, strength in, of course, the mind, kasi, and of course, yung heart natin, 'di ba, kasama yun. And this gives you the opportunity, having that strength give us the opportunity to finish yung mga multiple tasks at the beginning, bringing you closer to achieving your goal. So, ganon. Finishing the easiest task first gives you ample, afterwards to work on the task may take longer to complete. Ganun po yun. Meron ng, oh, sino to? Okay. Yan. Anyway, say hello also to my classmate, my fellow champion president, of course, the Deputy District Governor of Area 3 of Rotary International District 3820, of course, DDG Ninette Profeta. Hi, CM Loves. Thank you for watching. And, syempre, ano ba? Say hello to Abu. Avocado, all the way from New Zealand. So, watch mo kaya ako. Yan. Watch me. So, say hello to Avocado. And, yun po, dapat matuto tayo na, so, and of course, kailangan, we should know how to prioritize our projects. Yung mga naka-task po sa'yo na mga project, dun ka, prioritize it. If you're working on a multiple project at once, create a schedule that incorporates all of them. Yun po ang pinaka-importante. And it helps you to what? Differentiate. It helps you to differentiate. Hi, Tito Ed. The task by their relevant project. 'Di ba? Pwede mong gawin na you can color code, 'di ba? Color code them or use whichever method suits you best. So yun po. And ang napaka-importante don't forget to assign deadlines of each task and each project. So we should always aware of what needs mga immediate work. So, yan po, 'di ba? And of course, you may find another task that requires your attention before moving on to the next steps of the current project, 'di ba? So, kailangan yan. Alam po natin yan. And of course, focus on one task at a time. Yan po ang napaka-importanting palagi nating ini-instill para we will be able to deliver a successful project and in times of yung mga ating deadlines, 'di ba? When you know which task to work on the next day, devote your attention. We should always devote our attention to only that one. So though alam naman natin that you have other tasks that requires attention, but focusing on one at a time is a must, and also, pag nagfo-focus ka lang naman ng mga one at a time, to make sure, it is thoroughly complete one step before moving on to the next. Yun po ang napaka-importante. And checking, of course, yung accuracy. Checking on the accuracy saves you time later. Yun po ang pakatandaan natin. So, and of course, kailangan work when you're most productive. Yan. 'Di ba? Everyone has a different time when they perform best. So, alam naman natin that. So, whether you find you're the most effective first thing in the morning, before lunch, or in the mid-afternoon, schedule as much of your deadline working during that period as you can. So, this may, what? This may affect the overall, 'di ba? This may affect the overall quality of your last piece and could help you accomplish yung mga more goals and more quickly. Yan. And kailangan then you should know how to use your time wisely. Kasi, syempre, kailangan, we should know how to maximize our time. So, once you will be able to estimate how long each task, diba, in your project, it might take you and find you what? Yourself enough time to complete even a minor task. So, use the time to get it done. So, kailangan. The more often we complete even a small amount of work, andyan din yung, yes? Why are you staring at me? Yan. Yan. So, yeah, no, the more likely you're to meet the deadlines. Well, Curve. See, we have so many, our anchors, our big bosses are here, and we have so many visitors. And I'm being distracted because they're saying I'm so sexy. Yeah. Anyway, moving on to our topic. Minor tasks, that you can complete in a short time included yung mga, syempre, andyan yung mga written, mga reading a paragraph. Kasi kailangan nga natin to be able for us to review yung mga bagay-bagay that needs to be reviewed, di ba? Researching a brief topics, even or researching each of the, and of course, kailangan natin ng sending an email, sending an email and reviewing your work. Na-shoutout na kita kanina, pero isa-shoutout ulit kita. Say hello to Avocado all the way from New Zealand. Thank you for watching. The family of my friend Avocado all the way from New Zealand. O, di ba? And, eto na! We should always, in meeting our deadlines, we should always avoid distractions. So, you go away and don't distract me. So, avoid distractions, no? Sir Bob. Okay. So, if you feel like yung mga some minor distractions throughout, diba, yung mga throughout the day, that's adding up, parang, diba, adding up to something bigger. So, andyan yung, that will make you changes that would have the biggest, positive effect on the productivity and implement them. Yun po. And of course, to avoid such distractions, you could also turn your phone. Diba, pag nagtatrabaho tayo, lalong-lalo na put it in a silent mode or turn your phone off to set across the room, and then designate a specific time a day that to read emails. So, kailangan meron tayong mga time of a day that reading our emails and save online shopping for lunch break. O, di ba? Kasi kasali yan. Parang that's our way of breather sa dami namin ang dami nating file up ng mga trabaho. And of course, turn off mga social media alert notifications para hindi tayo na tapos develop a reward system, hindi lang sa sarili mo, of course together with your colleagues, yung mga kasama mo sa inyo. If you want, that's it, a reward system is helping you create a extra motivation for completing your work related goals. Yan po ang pakatandaan natin. So, we should always create a reward system, Whether you're looking forward to a hot cup of coffee or sweet treats, diba? So, providing mga additional positive reinforcement is a helpful way to achieving project milestone. Yun po ang pakatandaan natin. And of course, use your colleagues, even member of a team. You know, every member of a team has their own. 'Di ba? Dapat they should always has their own mga strength para to be able to give their support sa talagang mga project. And of course, always communicate with your mga managers para nga to sending them updates kung ano na yung mga of course, yung mga the things that you've done sa mga projects na binibigay sa inyo, syempre kasama 'yan. And lastly, of course, restore your energy. How will be able to do this, you know? An important step in meeting deadlines is giving yourself a break and spend time. 'Di ba? Sometimes you just need to step away for a few minutes and take a breather and gather your thoughts before returning back to work, and find whichever method, you know, restores you and energy best, and use it periodically to rejuvenate yourself and your work, you know. Just 5 minutes set aside for yourself can make a major difference in completing a task and moving closer to meeting the deadline. Yan po. Siyempre, kailangan dyan, ready nyo na. Don't forget a glass of water beside you pag nagtatrabaho, yung snacks, no? Kasi kailangan din po natin to fill in, no? Stretch your arms and your legs and back, no? Taking a brief walk, use using a meditation app, magagaling din. Yes! Ako na to. Ano ka ba? Avocado. Nandiyan ka lang sa New Zealand, no? And, so, diba, it's time check. It's 9:56. And we only have 4 minutes more. Susunod na po sa akin si Sir Bobby Ala sa Ala Arangkada. I will just be, reading yung aking mga say hello sa aking mga viewers. Say hello to, of course, Nong Chica. And thank you, Nong. And of course, to Enrique Manley. And Rulaine, thank you also for watching. So, yan po, no? And syempre, yung Armor family, 'di ba? Yung Armor family, Alcoba and Poba. And of course, calling all, no, mga Alcoba officers, the Albay Legazpi City Online Broadcasters Association's officers and board of directors, and down to the members, to please, okay, check on our group chat so you can be aware of what's our deadline. So I said, those who are joining the induction ceremony, which will be on February 11, please put on your name list, and sabi ko nga, approach your station managers and you need to pay 350 pesos. The deadline of the listings will be on January 30th, and then the payment will be on February 5th. So we should be aware. And same goes with the Philippine Online Broadcasters Association. The renewal of, please submit again your ID picture, 3 specimen signatures, and your details. And of course, please wait within the day the announcement for how much is the renewal of the membership for the Philippine Online Broadcasters Association. Yan. So 9:58. So thank you for being with me this morning. I'll see you back then tomorrow. And syempre, wag niyo pong, it's still gloomy outside, and we should always expect rains pa rin, no? So meron pa rin yung mga pabugso-bugsong ulan kasi yung weather naman nothing change. Though syempre, I don't know, mas maulan pa ba? Nikki? Okay. So yan. So, thank you. Sa ngalan po ng bumubuo ng Mayon Internet TV, sa pangunguna po ng aming General Manager Gilbert Musni Oriense and our Station Manager Buboy Enriquez Martinez, and of course ang aming IT expert and IT head Terence Pableo, ang aking napaka-cute na IT assistant, and Nikki Orense. I would like to say welcome to our on-the-job training from Bicol University. Yan, thank you. And say hello to my better half. Hey, Tony, I love you. Bye. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Patuloy ang pagbibigay serbisyo para sa mga kapitbahay. Maghahatid ng mga mainit na balita at impormasyon. Mga detalye programa para sa inyo lahat. Ito po ang Mayon Internet TV. Ang iyong kapitbahay. Patuloy ang